going on, YouTube? It is Bobo the Barber here, Professor Bo, back with another one. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We back. We back. Alright, let's go. But yeah, so today we're going to talk about 5 things that I wish I knew as a beginner barber, man. It's tough out here for us. It is tough. It was tough, but now I got greater, and now it's later, and it's even better. So let's get into it, man. Of course, it's Christmas time. It just on my heart to kind of like give back a little bit, and this is my way of giving back as well. This is one form of me giving back. Y'all see our tree back. Matter of fact, in the back right here, shout out to Teron, man, the goat. The goat is the goat. You know what I'm saying? And he is actually the owner of the City Barber and Beauty Shop at the location that I'm at right now. Shout out to you, Teron. So yeah, let's get into it, man. 5 things that I wish I knew as a beginner barber. So one, I would say, is being your own boss, right? So I hear a lot of times from beginner barbers and experienced barbers that, oh man, you got the freedom to make your own schedule. You can kind of work whatever days you want. You're your own boss. Not really. So this is why I want beginner barbers to get out of that stage, because you have to understand that we are offering a service, right? Regardless of who you are, if you're working behind a chair, you are offering a service, no matter which level you're on. So with that being said, it's only one boss, and it's literally the person who's sitting in your chair. And if you get that and understand that in your head, that like you are solely not your boss, because you don't pay yourself. The client does, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you understand that, you looking at things from a different perspective, you know what I'm saying, off rip. You looking to actually serve, you looking to actually please, and that's how you earn your money as a barber, regardless of what you do. Of course, like product sales and all that stuff will come later, but even then, who you selling it to? Your clients. So that is one thing that I will say, get out of that mentality, you know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't make sense, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense at all. And when you looking at it like that, like you will become a better barber, because you will literally go into serving your client to the best way you can possible. So understanding that, clients will really appreciate it, and they will feel the different energy change. So yeah, so that's one. My second one that I have is availability. This one, I necessarily didn't have this problem, because I love barbering. I'm comfortable in the shop. I'm literally in the shop, like literally right now, and it's end of the day. Got my feet up, I'm kicking it, you know what I'm saying? So I found my comfort spot in the shop. So I didn't necessarily have this problem, but I understand sometimes that life goes on, and us as younger barbers, we feel that we need to be just booked. But this is low-key like a secret on how to really get booked, and that's simply being available to cut. If you know you're not like as busy, but you quick to kind of like leave the shop, it's kind of like hindering your clientele, because literally that's when possibly a walk-in could come in, or you'll get the text, you'll get a call saying if you're available. And I can say that though, that this is super important though, because I've gained clients from barbers not being available, well, if they were good or whatever the case may be. It's just simply, you got to think that clients shop around off of convenience. So if you are a barber, a younger barber, and you're trying to gain that clientele, you have to be available for clients to get to you. You know what I'm saying? And then that alone will build your client, because now once you get to know your client, they get to know you, and you will see what's going to end up working for each other, you know what I'm saying? But if you're never there, you're kind of inconsistent on your time that you end on Tuesdays at 4 o'clock, and next Tuesday you're not. So that's kind of like a huge thing. So I would say that is also important. And then that actually leads me up to my next topic, and that is communication. So, communicating is very, very, very another thing that's super important that I wish I knew and would have went better on actually with in the beginning process, because sometimes I know as beginner barbers, you kind of be a little nervous, you know what I'm saying? So you want to kind of zone in. You want to be like, look, don't say nothing to me. I'm finna bust this fade out, and we finna get to work, right? But honestly, talking to clients and getting yourself as more comfortable is helping you as the barber, and also building your trust with your clients. So simply as getting to know them is super. It kind of like goes into how they cut can even be better for them. Like once you really get to know that, like, hey, so like I got clients that I had a client earlier, matter of fact, that just left earlier today, and he said he has a event. Now me knowing my client, I'm knowing that like he has these events regularly. So he has to be fresh as can be. Like he's literally going into these events being the best dressed, being the cleanest and nicest. So you can kind of like pay attention to just who these people are, who your clients are as a person, to determine on how their cut can look, if that makes sense. And you can kind of meet their personality where they're cut, if that makes sense. And yeah, simply just getting to know your clients is like, it's more so, it's really becomes a perk for us barbers, because like that's another thing as well. Once you get to know your clients, man, and have actually relationships with them, they may be in a profession that can help you out in the long run. Like I literally, if I want to build a house, I have all the team pretty much that I have to do so. You know what I'm saying? I have a client that lays brick. I have a client that builds a foundation. I have a client that does roofing. I have a client that does electricity. Like literally, so it's stuff like that you want to continuously build relationships with when it comes to your clients, because they're important. You know what I'm saying? That's important. And like I said, along to it builds your trust within the two as well. So that is something that I wish I knew as well. And my fourth thing that I wish I knew is time management. Well, matter of fact, before I even get into that, I'm gonna tell a quick little story on communicating as well too. I had it written down, I just forgot about it. When I was in barber school, I had seen this firsthand that communication was like super important. I was literally in barber school, and how my college, shout out to St. Charles Barber College as well too, the best in the world, the best. If you're in the Midwest, you need to be checking out St. Charles Barber College, no doubt about it. Mr. Desi, shout out to you. Shout out to all of his instructors. But yeah, I just had to say that real quick. But yeah, so I'm in St. Charles Barber College, and I remember there was a situation, we were all in the shop. Now, St. Charles Barber College is pretty big. It's got a lot of chairs in there, and we are all just cutting. We're just cutting. It's a great feel. It's a shop feel. So we are thinking that like at this time, the barbers are talking. Some of the clients in the chairs are kind of chiming in, just kind of like a normal barber setting. Everybody kind of just talks, but you have to understand, this is a key why you have to really want to understand your client, because in this particular situation, it was another barber who I guess didn't say anything to his client, but he was just talking out loud to the shop more so, and literally like no bullshit, mid cut, I'm talking about the man got the line of demarcation all the way around. The gentleman who was in his chair, he's an older guy, and he got up and he told the guy like, take this cape off me. Like mid cut. I'm talking about like straight up, like y'all think I'm playing, but literally he got up and was like, he walked around the corner and went and got our instructor and said, this guy haven't said anything to me like loud. So you heard exactly what he said. And we're all confused though, because like I said, it was more so like it was a shop setting. Like it was, everybody was talking, like he could have felt free to chime in, but the message was the barber never gave that client that one-on-one feel. You know what I'm saying? And there's really clients out here, no matter if you're in a bigger shop or not, it is certain clients out there that will enjoy that one-on-one feel, even, and you can still make it happen in a huge setting, and it's simply just, hey, what's going on, how you doing, what's your name, what do you do, and it's simply stuff like that that can go a long way and can spark a conversation and have that client feel a little more comfortable. So firsthand, man, I seen it in barber college that communication is very, very key, and it was shocking. It was straight up shocking because, like I said, I didn't necessarily feel that the barber gave off like a rude demeanor or anything like that. He just had him sit down and he just went to work. You know what I'm saying? But that right there is, you don't want to happen to you. So I just wanted to throw that out there. That was a quick little story, and me seeing it firsthand. It's not just stories I'm telling on communication. That was a little longer one, but I think that's a major one out of these 5 things that I'm telling. So the next one is money management. Well, money management, it's as simple as that, man. Put a little to the side. Put a little bit to the side. Each cut. If you feel that you don't make enough to put enough to the side, learn some more skills. Learn to get better and charge more and put a little bit to the side. In the beginning, man, it was like, and now this is a story about me. I would say in the beginning, I counted my appointments. I counted my money before I even made it. So I would think like, oh man, well, I got about 10, 15 customers. I'm good. I'll blow this $200-$300. Boom, I'm out kicking it. Woo, woo. You know what I'm saying? Ain't worried about a thing. So I get back to the shop. Now I had like 4 cancels that day. Just regular, nothing going on. I just can't make it today, bro. So I'm like, dang, expecting to get $300-$400 that I done blew yesterday or the night before, and didn't make the money. You know what I'm saying? So that's one example. When COVID happened, we all experienced COVID, and COVID was tough for a lot of people, man. And honestly, if it wasn't for me, now, when I blew all of the money and was counting my eggs before they hatched, that was well before COVID, and that was actually like my first year of being a professional barber. And it was like I said, it was just ugly because I never saved anything. I always thought the money that I made that day I could spend it. It was just silly mistakes. So but when COVID happened, I was prepared. I was literally prepared, and we had got set out for 2 months. And literally my bills was paid up. I was living in an apartment at the time, and I was good. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about literally good, and I could literally rest, and I didn't cut. I probably did like a few house calls and stuff like that for special clients and special occasions, but other than that, I don't think I definitely didn't do more than 10 cuts in 2 months, and I was completely good and not budged. So stuff like that, man. Put a little money back for taxes. Put a little money back for savings. Put a little money back for everything, because you never know. As a barber, everything is really falls on us. So it's super, super important that we do so, man, and put a little money back. And it don't take much. I promise you, even if you're doing something like do a little special for yourself and just save your $5 bills, save your $1 bills. And I promise you that stuff adds up, like straight up. Barbering is a multi-million dollar, I say billion-dollar company industry, because you can make it. You can make a lot of money being a barber, and it's gonna show. But you have to be strict on yourself and be disciplined, and just put the money back. I promise you it's gonna pay off. I promise you. So that is my 4th one, and my last one again ties into money. Is another reason why you want to put money back, and so you can invest in your tools. My 5th thing that I knew when I was a beginner barber is to invest in your tools. So when I say invest in your tools, not to necessarily keep up with the Joneses and just to keep up with the hottest shit in the industry right now, but solely invest in your tools to understand your fading technique. Sometimes when you are a beginner barber, your barber school may have handed you a set of clippers and this masters, or let's say the wall seniors. You may start it out with either or, and you don't even know that the way you really like to fade is better with the masters, or they better with the wall. and you never invested in your money to try things out. So I would say, like I said, not to just keep up and just to have the coolest stuff on your stations, but literally just to customize your style and understand your style as a barber, because that's one thing about the barbering industry that I love, is that it's all based off creativity. So even though we have 4 barbers in our or 4 chairs in our shop, one man may do it like this, I may do it like this, the next man may do it like this, the next man may do it like this, but you all have just bottom line, just base, just thorough, great fades, great communication, good energy, and all of that good stuff. So like that's the thing, like you can really be creative when it comes to this barbering industry, man. So that's one thing that I will say. That's my last thing that I would say, is invest in your tools. Don't be afraid. Your clients will notice it too as well. So like if you steady just cutting with the same old school tools and they starting to rattle, they starting to make noises that you ain't never heard and don't know why, because the clients will ask you and they will put your shit on Front Street like, whoa, why your clipping so loud, bro? Why you doing this to me, bro? I'm telling you, the clients is the worst, bro. Straight up to you. But yeah, that's my last one, man. And I hope this is very helpful to not even younger barbers, but experienced barbers as well. Comment below if you are experienced barber, if the 5 things that you would say. Now, mind you, too, as well, I will say that I don't regret anything that I have endured in or I've have experienced, just solely because that alone has made me who the man I am today. That made me who the barber I am today. So I don't regret anything at all. Everything that I went through, I was supposed to go through, and I praise God and I thank Him for it. But that's just something that I know would have took me to the next level if I would have knew. So, and that's the thing. Like that's all of this. That's all of this is about. Let's be a better barber today. And I hope I helped you guys out. So those are 5 things that I thought that was very helpful. That is very helpful for younger barbers, and that I wish I knew as a beginner barber, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like and comment below. Tell me what you think. If you're an experienced barber, let me know some more things, man. I know it's plenty more. Those 5 things are not priority or not like that. That is just my experience on why or what I think a younger barber should know, and that will help. If you are a beginner barber, let me know if I helped you out. Let me know if I gave you any tips that could possibly elevate you. And feel free to reach out to me as well too. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, Bobo the Barber across the board. Or Facebook is Malik Bobo Williams. I'm gonna have it all right here, so you guys will figure it out. But yeah, follow, reach out to me. Have any questions, feel free. I'm always here, man. To anybody, old, experience, new, beginning, it doesn't matter. But thank you again for tuning in. It's Bobo the Barber, Professor Bo. We out.